you need to stop caring about what other people think about you. This is making you exhausted, it's taking your energy, and it's just ridiculous. So, hey guys, welcome to Level 99 Project. So, in this video, I just want to talk about the importance of like stop giving a fuck about what other people think about you, okay? So, stop caring about the opinions of other people, stop allowing the opinions of other people to affect you, right? Now, I understand that it's very difficult to, because obviously we can't stop not caring about what other people think, right? We all care about what other people think. We want other people to think positively about us, right? But what I mean by not caring about what other people think is we often try to, and this is natural because when you are born, right? I mean, when we are born, I need to include myself. When we are born, right, we go to school and we tend to do something called succumb to, like, we succumb to the norm, right? Like what's normal, right? What people most people tend to do, we tend to follow that because we think that's normal. And who wants to stand out, right? Nobody wants to stand out as a child. We want to feel part of a group, want to feel part of the system, the society that we're in, right? So when you're in school and high school and college and all these classes, we tend to be and strive to be like other people, right? If other people do something, or if most people do something, we try to do the same thing. Now, usually what happens is that when you become an adult, there is so much pressure, right? You have to, like, you see a lot of people getting married. You see a lot of people, they're buying houses, they're getting cars, they're taking a higher education, right, to get a good job. And this seems to be like the norm, the normal thing. And there's nothing wrong with these things, right? But what's wrong is getting married because you see other people do it. Taking a higher education is something that you don't really, I mean, if you don't have a choice, it's different, right? But if you take a higher education because you feel like you have to do it, getting into massive debt and getting something that you don't really enjoy, but you feel like you have to do it, is wrong. Getting a car that you're not able to afford, you know, getting a mortgage and buying a house that you can't afford, you know, like there are so many things in life where um, we feel the need to do because if we don't do it, right, what are people gonna think about me, right? What are people gonna think about me? Like if I don't get a girlfriend, people are gonna think that I'm not able to get a girl. They're gonna think I'm an incel. They're gonna think that maybe I'm unattractive, you know? Or if you live with your parents in your 20s or 30s, 40s, right? People might think like, what's wrong with him? Isn't can't he afford the house? And and et cetera, right? There's a lot of things. And so if you are, if you feel like this, right? If you feel hit by what I'm saying right now, it's because you care. Because who cares? Why do you care so much? Why do you care so heavily about the opinions of other people? I know most of you guys know logically, like when if you think about something, right? You think about something, like critically think about something throughout. You see that what most people are doing usually isn't the best thing, right? What most people are doing isn't the best thing, because it's just crazy, right? Like it's gotten to a point where it's like normal. There are so many things you can do that can free you. You know, um, for example, but this is like again. I'm getting into very personal thing, right? So I'm not gonna get into personal things, like for example, when it comes to marriage and stuff like that, because it's different, right? I don't know you, but the thing is, like for example, if you are a young guy and everyone around you are getting married, they're getting into relationships, and you're the only one, you're single, right? You don't have someone, you don't really feel ready, or you don't feel like getting one. But everyone around you are asking, like, oh, are you still single? Are you in a relationship? When are you gonna get a wife? When are you gonna get a girlfriend? When are you gonna be in a relationship? You know, every single day they're asking you this. When are you gonna get a job? Right? Maybe you don't have a job, and you've been trying to get a job, but you're just not able. And when you get a job, the job doesn't suit you, right? It doesn't fit who you are, but you feel pressure to get it because if you don't get a job, people are gonna criticize you, right? They're gonna start talking about you. They're gonna form opinions about you. And this goes to everything in life, right? And it's exhausting. It's fucking exhausting. Like, you know, and I'm saying this because I this hits home to me because this actually happened to me, right? I was trying my entire life. I This is another story, but my entire life I've been trying to. It's not. I mean, of course, I cared about what other people thought about me, but I also tried to just live up to their expectations of me, right? And I tried to do what other people are doing. So I was just doing that, and I realized, like, why the fuck am I doing this? You know, like myself, like I'm going against myself, you know, because I know in my head what I want. I know how I want to live my life and everything. But because of the opinions of other people, I succumb to pressure. I succumb to the thread most walked, right? Instead of going my own path. Of course, you want to have discernment. You want to, you know, because I'm not telling you to blindly just dismiss the opinions of other people. The opinions of other people are important. You should think about it, evaluate it, and see if it makes sense. That's what I'm telling you to do. You know, if it doesn't make sense, throw it. Who the fuck cares about what other people think? Who cares about what Tom thinks, what Jennifer thinks? You know, like it doesn't matter because they're not in your life. They're not the ones like living your life, and they're not controlling your life. So their opinions doesn't matter, guys, and that's what I'm telling you. Like, if you're able to just not give a fuck about what other people think about you, I'm telling you guys the enormous amount of power. I mean, you're gonna get your power back. You're gonna get your power back. So, and that's the important of it, guys. Like when I stopped caring about the opinions of other people, of course, you're not gonna be able to completely eliminate it, but because like I meet people, and sometimes they're like asking me like, why aren't you married yet? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And it's like I used to feel a bit frustrated because I'm like, why do you always like want me to do things that I don't want to do? Like, why do you want to project your opinion on how my life should be to me? You know what I mean? Like, this is my life. Whenever you get to that age or whatever, you can do that. But I want to live my life. So I just came to the conclusion that you're never going to escape this, guys. We live in a society, okay? And if you decide to stand out, if you decide to do something that's not normally practiced in society, right? Basically, if you deviate from the norm, that's the word, deviate. If you deviate from the norm, you're going to have a lot of pressure. People are going to come to you and ask you questions. And I feel like a big part of people, like the big part of reason why people do it is because they themselves think like, wait, I'm paying $1,500 a month renting to sleep. I'm paying $1,200, $1,500 just to sleep in a big place, just in a place. And for example, that, right? Like, for example, when it comes to this is an unpopular opinion, right? So a lot of people, for example, they could save money, right? A lot of people struggle with money. And it's like, why the fuck do you choose to rent for $1,000 plus every month just to have a place to sleep and eat when you could literally, like, if you have parents? I know not everyone has parents. I understand that not everyone is able to live with their parents, right? Because they don't get along with their parents or they need the freedom. So I'm not talking about those people, but I'm talking to you. If you have parents that are healthy and they have a room available, like in their house, why, and if you are in need of money, Why the fuck are you renting and you're working for this money? You're going to work every single day. You're working hard and you're just tossing away $1,000 every month just to have a place to sleep when you could sleep at your parents and save that money or even give the money to them. You know what I mean? So when you think about it, there's a lot of things in society that doesn't make sense because they have this like, oh, but you should be independent, you should be this, you should be that. There's just like a lot of stuff. And the more you think about it, the more you realize like, oh shit, it's true. So that's it, guys. That's the video. Just stop caring about the opinions of other people. Fuck other people. Fuck what other people have to say. Like, don't dismiss what they say, but don't allow the opinions of other people to stop you from becoming who you want to become, right? As long as it's not hurtful to yourself or other people, fuck what other people think, you know? Do you, be you. That's what your soul wants. Like, your soul wants to be yourself. Like, it wants to express itself the way you are through your personality and through the things that you like, the way you want to live your life. So, I'm gonna make another video about this, like where this comes from, because you might see that this is something that really um puts fire in me, because yeah, like I said, a big portion of my life I've been living for other people. And so fuck people, fuck people, man, I'm telling you. And sorry for my language, I don't usually swear in my video, but this is like, fuck people. Stop caring about what other people think about you, don't be afraid to be who you are. Walk with it. Be proud of who you are. You know, you are beautiful as you are. You are enough. So that's the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'm a bit tired. I'm awake at night. So, yeah, guys. Peace.